How's it going? My name is Tim, welcome back to my shop, and today we're going to continue work on our coat rack. Last time we got everything rough cut and milled out and rough shaped, and today we're going to refine those shapes and hopefully cut some joinery.
Okay, and we will get right into it. So we first start with just doing the basic marking for the, what is that, half lap, cross lap? I don't know, the joint on the bases, whatever that is. And just listen to the birds here. Almost like I'm in the middle of the jungle. I love the springtime. But you can see what I do is I mark the center line, and then I actually use the other base piece to mark the edges of the joint that I'll be cutting. So no measuring really, just using the pieces themselves. And again, I like nice deep knife lines, so you'll see me do 3 or 4 swipes. And of course, mark out the waist so I know where to cut.
Actually, let me pause for a quick second. I'm not sure if you can hear this, but this is how I line up my knife lines. So if I already have like here, I already have a knife line across the top. What I'm going to do is transfer it over to the side. And the easiest way that I find to do that is to use the bevel side of the knife and just kind of drag it along the corner. And as soon as it hits that knife line, if it's deep enough, it'll fall into the line. It'll also make a audible click. Let's see if I could do that. Do you hear that? Then once it's in that mark, I can slide my square over so I know that that's flush, and then I'll just transfer it up. And there you go. Right around the corner.
Now it is on to actually cutting the joint. So first step for this deep cross lap joint is what I do is just make a bunch of saw kerfs, and all the way across really. And you want these fairly thin because the next step is to go in and knock these out with the chisel. And if they're thin enough, they knock out nice and easy, just like this. And this is extremely satisfying to do. It's like little fingers popping up. Now we can go back with a chisel, a very sharp chisel, and pare down to the baseline. And for the sides, mine were a little tight to begin with. I used just a block plane to clean most of it up. And I actually have a rabbiting block plane as well to get just down into that bottom corner. And I check for square as I go along. And you actually see me test fit it here. And it's a little tight, but I haven't done any final smoothing to anything, so I'm going to leave it tight. Alright, and here's the taper on the bottom of the post that we're going to do. And we're going to do this mainly with a jack plane. So this has got a pretty heavy cambered iron on it. It's about, what, 8 or 9 inch radius on the iron. And I take just real nice crispy shavings. So I just like this sound. For the taper, so what I'll do is start at one end and take a few shavings on one end, work my way back a little bit, take a few more. That way the end that you started at gets passed each time, and then as you work back, it gets passed even more times. so you get that nice taper shape to it. And it's pretty quick work, actually, even at 5.5 feet long. Each one probably took 10-15 minutes to complete, then flip it over, do the next one. The other good thing about these crispy shavings is how they just pop off the end of the plane. And it does make a lot of shavings. So after the jack plane, switch over to the joiner plane just to clean everything up, make sure it's relatively straight. And then I am going to just chamfer these edges just a tiny bit, but not too much. For the other side, actually, I will do a lot more chamfering. And this is only a couple inches long. But what I'm going to do, I'll show you this in real time, actually, because it's extremely quick to do. So basically start at the edge and taper it, just like I did the other side, but just taper the chamfer. And each corner takes maybe a minute to do. And there it is. There's the final post. Go ahead and just break the edges of the top a little bit because that will be right at eye height, so everybody's going to see that. You want it to be nice and crisp. And I'll go back and clean that up a little bit, but there you have it.
That's it for me. Thanks for watching. I had hoped to get a little bit more done, but that's how it goes. Next time, hopefully we can cut the supports, get that joinery out of the way, and then on to finish. Don't forget to subscribe, check me out on Instagram, Twitter, all that, and I'll see you next time.